name is Mike Blocher. I'm Director of Sales for North River Boats.
I'm Jay Conn, and I'm the General Manager in charge of manufacturing at North River Boats.
So as part of our ongoing discussion with Ask the Experts, North River Boats, today we are talking about why do we paint aluminum boats? So there are many aspects, right, of why you paint aluminum boats. Part of it is manufacturing process. Part of it is they look really cool. Part of it is, protecting the aluminum and paint and everything. So, Jay, why do we paint aluminum boats?
Well, historically, people want prettier boats. Aluminum can be very pretty when it's brand new, sheet and coil right off the showroom floor, if you will. But over time, it's going to show its exposure to the environment. And people want one boat to serve a lot of purposes. So they might want a boat that looks nice, that their family will enjoy going out and doing some stuff on the lake, some water sports, those kind of things. And a prettier, softer boat is a requirement for a lot of guys who want to go out and buy their family a boat. So they want something pretty, something that looks good, something that looks tough, but it's still smooth and got nice color. They can match their vehicle.
Yeah. Match their vehicle, or it can be a white. I mean, white's a great color.
Yeah, we love white. White's our favorite color at North River Boats.
But you really can. I mean, if you go on our website, you can go under paint and vinyl colors, and we have an array of paints, colors that you can see and look and see what the boat would actually look like with all these different tones and colors and everything. But in the end, it's just automotive paint.
Basically, it's a system that we've developed through BASF to basically work in an automotive style paint finish into an aluminum marine environment, and it works quite well. And honestly, the reason we really paint aluminum boats is to protect the aluminum boat. Paint is actually a sacrificial finish. It will degrade over time. It's kind of the same reason why we paint cars. If you didn't put paint on a car, it would just eventually rust, or in some of the newer aluminum bodies, it would eventually corrode. It's there as a protective coating, and it is sacrificial. Over many years, it will degrade and fail. But that's why we paint aluminum boats. It's one, makes them prettier, it helps protect that aluminum, and it makes people say, it's my boat. I had it painted like this, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So what do we do? So we have a pretty state-of-the-art paint shop. What do we do different in our boats than maybe others do, and why does our paint stick when it's supposed to? And
we have a process that's it's very labor-intensive. You'll hear about some manufacturers who use a process called acid washing, where we take the aluminum that's going to be painted and we wash it with a product like Alumiprep 33 in a water dilution, and it etches the aluminum before we put a primer on it and then a base color and a clear. Yeah. So what we do at North River is a little bit different than that. We've done this for many years. We hand prep the entire painted surface. It starts with a little bit of sandblast work around any welded fittings, anything that's really hard to get into with sandpaper. So we'll sandblast that area to get rid of any weld soot that might be there, anything we can't really see real easily. And then the next step is it'll go into a booth bay where they will sand every inch of it. All the metal that is mill finish will be sanded to a surface that will adhere well to the next step, which is zinc chromate style primer. So once it's cleaned and prepped, it'll go into an actual cross flow paint booth. These are heated booths, and they will apply that first base layer of zinc chromate primer. It has a flash period of time that it kicks, and then we can start putting our colors on. And whether that's the Zolatone or whether it's the base coat that is, the pretty part, we'll apply it next. There's some wait time again. We actually can run our booths up to 140 degrees of surface temperature in 20 minutes. So that boat comes out of that booth baked. We can actually start mounting hardware on it the next day without having delamination problems where the paint's still soft. So once we get that Zolatone, once we get that base color on there, when we clear coat it, it's going to go through a bake cycle. And our big booth, we've got one of the largest paint booths in the state of Oregon. We can run that. It's got a 7.5 million BTU heater. We can fire that thing up and bring the surface temperature up to 140 in 20 minutes or less. And that boat comes out of there, unmasks, and it's ready to go. We can literally start bolting hardware on it that next afternoon.
Yeah. So in a previous episode, we talked about crevice corrosion and stuff. And one of the things that we do with our smaller recreational boats is we weld all of our chine seams and everything, and we run paint all the way up to that. Is there an issue with us running paint to those chine seams?
No, I see. The number one thing is anywhere there's an edge of paint, there's an opening for corrosion to start. But what we want to get rid of is that crevice. And so what Mike's talking about where we weld all of those seams is even though it may not be structural or a requirement to weld inside and outside, we'll weld that outside seam to minimize, the potential for corrosion, for any moisture to get in there. And then we'll run that paint seam up close to the edge. We may not run right to it. And, we're trying to minimize that rough edge of the weld where the paint comes up, and then keep it as smooth as possible, because the thicker that paint gets on the edge where it's masked, the more possibility there is to have a little blister appear down there if it's below waterline.
Yeah. So once the boat gets to the customer, how should they maintain and take care of that paint?
Well, the number one thing is wash it continuously, constantly washing your boat every time you use it. And everybody talks about salt water, but really it's any kind of water. You need to wash your boat. When you take your four-wheel drive pickup out and you go run around in the woods for the weekend, you come home, you're probably going to wash it and get rid of the dust and the dirt. It's kind of the same thing with a boat. You really need to wash it with soap and water, salt inhibitors, all those kind of things every time you use it. All of those type of things will help protect your paint. Once that boat's 30 days old, I believe you can put a nice wax on it. There's a lot of simple waxes these days. They're kind of a final touch thing. You just spray it on with an applicator and wipe it on, wipe it off. Doing those kind of things will go a long ways to keeping your paint finish in good condition for a longer period of time than if you just use it.
Yeah. Recently, we've been starting to apply shark hide to certain parts of the boat, the gunnels and stuff like that. What should people know about shark hide, and what should they, how should they maintain that or upkeep that?
Well, the biggest thing is shark hide is it works really well on a surface that doesn't have a lot of friction. In other words, if you've shark hided your gunnels or the side of your boat, or we have at the factory as an option, when you go moor that thing and you put a mooring fender between the hull side and the dock there, it will wear that shark hide off over a fairly short period of time. And if you're not catching it when it happens, you're going to end up with an area that looks totally different than the rest of the boat. And it's really hard to get back to that mill finish look, so you're always going to have some kind of a different thing. So keeping the shark hide applied if you use it. I know they have some information on their websites and on their how to applicate it. I know as an individual you can buy shark hide in a can and apply it with a rag. It doesn't have to be some special spray system to apply it.
Yeah. So if somebody does start to see some degradation of the paint, what should they do?
Well, when paint starts to fail over time, you can get a hold of your dealer, find out if there's somebody that can help repair. But the biggest thing is when you get chips, you might drop an 8-ounce sinker on your gunnel, or somebody does, and it knocks a big chunk of paint off. Biggest thing is we provide that touch-up paint for a reason, and it's so that you can take a little applicator and put a little paint in that chip, and that'll help keep that edge from having exposure to seawater, to fresh water, to brackish water, and creating blisters over time.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Okay. All right, and then finally, there are a couple of models that we apply vinyl on instead of paint. Anything we should be concerned about with the vinyl? Or?
Well, the thing with vinyl is it's, if you get your boat home and use it 2 or 3 years and you got some wear and tear in the vinyl, there's many places around that you can have them redo your whole vinyl side stripe or a section of it or whatever. It's pretty easy to have that done in today's world, where 20 years ago, it was a little hard to find people that did that kind of vinyl work, and now it's become more and more apparent that people like the vinyl because they can have faded colors from one color to the next very inexpensively, and compared to doing that
Or printed laminate.
or printed laminate, they can have a lot of things done.
Yeah.
But the only real concern with vinyl is when you scratch it, it tends to be a little more noticeable in some ways than paint. And you don't have that color below waterline where, that paint below waterline doesn't really have a warranty on it because we can't control what happens to it underwater. But vinyl itself isn't a problem. So,
Antifouling paint is something that we do here. Typically, it's something that the dealer takes care of on their side. There are a couple of different antifouling paints that we use. What are the differences that they should know on which type of antifouling to select, and what should they be concerned of if they do antifoul a boat?
So the biggest thing with antifouling type paints is that wherever you have it done, whether we do it here at the factory or you have a dealer do it, or a dealer has a vendor of their own do it, or you have it done yourself, you want to make sure you're not using the copper-based antifouling paints on an aluminum boat. And that's what we use on glass. And so we want to make sure that whoever you have do it knows, do not use the copper-based antifouling paints. If you're going to moor that boat for continuously or for long periods of time, you should really consider some kind of a good antifouling paint from a couple inches above waterline all the way underneath. The lower units on a motor, trim tabs, all of those areas and surfaces should be coated. Again, antifouling paint is sacrificial. It's good for 3-4 years, and then it's got to be redone. If you've got a trailered boat, it makes it a little more complicated because the actual loading and unloading process is going to wear your antifouling paint out in a very narrow area where the bunks on the trailer rub, and so it's going to wear out there. So, use caution when you're loading and unloading. If you've got a boat with antifouling paint on, you really almost want to float it off and float it on instead of powering off and powering on. But antifouling is a good product. It helps keep your hull a little more protected, the aluminum itself. And there's some of that antifouling paint that has anti-sloughing, so that if you moor it for 3 or 4 months and you come back, you don't have a crop of sea debris growing on the side of your boat.
Right. And there are different antifouling paints for if you're going to leave your boat and you're going to moor your boat for a long period of time and you're not trailering it, and then if you're pulling your boat in and out and you're only mooring it for a day or two, but then you're storing it off on the land for a while, there's a different type of antifouling paint for that.
Yep, there's many different types. There's some really hard antifouling paints that are really designed for trailering purposes. So if you got any questions on different types of antifouling paints, or you're going to be trailering the boat a lot, get a hold of us, get a hold of your dealer, and we'll answer all the questions and get you in the right direction.
All right. Well, I think that concludes our discussion on why do we paint aluminum boats. If you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe. If you have another topic you want us to address in the future, you can leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, and I appreciate it. Thank you.